This is a story about life, about struggle, about success. Not just mine, but yours too. Because whether you see it now or not, we're all trading something every single day. Time, energy, choices. That's life. That's trading. I wasn't always here. I wasn't always the guy you see on your screen. I started out just like most people, uncertain, broke, doubting the system, doubting myself. But one thing kept me going, the belief that life's biggest opportunities aren't given, they're taken, and I took mine. See, trading isn't just about charts, candles, or currencies. It's about discipline, patience, and the courage to bet on yourself. It's about understanding that every loss is a lesson and every win is a stepping stone. It's about the grind, the sleepless nights, the early mornings, and that voice in your head telling you to keep going when the rest of the world says stop. But let me tell you something. This journey didn't start with success. It started with failure. More failures than I can count. I remember sitting in front of my screen, watching the markets eat me alive, thinking maybe this isn't for me. But deep down, I knew it wasn't about the markets. It was about me, my mindset, my choices, my willingness to adapt, to learn, and to grow. The truth is, trading is a mirror. It shows you who you really are. It forces you to face your fears, your doubts, and your limits. But it also shows you your potential if you're brave enough to see it. I'm here now because I refuse to quit, because I learned to see every loss as a stepping stone, every setback as a setup for a comeback. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's this. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be persistent. Success isn't about getting it right all the time. It's about staying in the game long enough to win. This isn't just a stream. This is a movement. A space where we don't just talk about markets. We talk about life, about growth, about becoming the best version of yourself, not just as a trader, but as a person. Because the truth is, the charts don't care about you, but this community does. I do. And together, we're gonna rise. So, take a deep breath, clear your mind, and get ready. This is where traders are made. This is where dreams are built. And this is where your story begins. Let's get it.
Let's go. What's the deal, gang? What goes on?
Good morning. Welcome, everybody.
Good morning. You guys are gonna be getting upset when I'm gonna be starting the stream off with the analysis immediately. Like, I'm gonna be saying hello and let's go. And we're gonna go straight into an analysis. You guys are showing up late if you're not hanging out here in the time that I give you guys to hang out here and like in the waiting room, I guess. Beforehand, if you're not here already, you might miss it. All right. So let's get on. Let me turn the music down in my headphones. Where's my snare? Where's my snare? All right. Yeah. Let's get. I need a studio and a sound engineer. Anyway, get into it. The daily. What a reaction here. What a reaction, right? We filled the entire daily range down to supports here and have reacted. Coming back up here. I'm sorry, that's the weekly. Wow. Actually, I'm sorry. If that's the weekly, we have the daily support here and we have a daily level right there. So we are reacting off a daily level. we're trying to make this resistance a support. A lot will depend on how the daily closes, whether tomorrow goes up or goes down. The 4 hour though has been riding up, and we did get a closure above the most recent, right? In Asian session, we were looking for a drop. We didn't quite get it, and it came back up, right? Because the daily was bearish. We were expecting the same thing as happened yesterday. Happened today. Top wick come down. Unfortunately, the 4 hour never flipped. Ended up closing bullish above the most recent level. We dropped down to the hourly. We've had this rally all the way up. We formed the resistance right there. Closed above, right? We just closed above. Yeah, the hourly did barely, right at that level. All right, so if we had it like this, it closed above, but it closed with no top wick, indicating that that's the new resistance, right? No range, resistance. Drop down to the small time frame. We have a level up here, 30. Nice, we printed a pretty 30 range. So you know what that means? You know why I like this, right? It means, what else that means? Give it 3 seconds. All right, nobody know what that means. That means we have structure. And if we have structure, we are setting up for a position. We're getting closer to a position. I like the fact that we've tapped this level right below it and closed back up above. We just need some closures above 46.55.5. I think we'll be good to go. Let's look at the 15. Oof. This was looking lovely for a fake out. If the 15 had closed somewhere down here, we could have ridden this back up here. But if we hold resistance at this level, right? Look what happened previous time we were here. We held resistance, market retested, came down. We're going to look for the same thing here until it closes up above here. Okay. So this level, cleanest sells are below there. We could take sells to there. I want to see if we can get ahead of it somewhere up here. If not, then sells possible. We have, it's 9:15. If we had a strong 9:30 candle, and see how 9:15 is respecting right now. I mean a strong 9:30 bearish candle, 9:15 bearish candle to close at 9:30, which would give us an engulfing, right? Get an engulfing. Get an engulfing bearish, you get a 30 closing back in range like this. And we have all of this right here. Clean range right on the break of those lows. We'll be able to take that. We have 70 pips of an advantage point, even more, right? About 110 pips of an advantage point, and then the rest should be history. So we'll see how this candle plays. Will it hold? Will it not? We get closures above, and obviously bottom wick 9:30, break of the highs. We'll be looking for buys. Clean range to the left. Targets here. So let's see. But let's see. Let's wait. We're going to be waiting here on NYC open on 9:30 as we are still within a range. We still have not had closure outside a range. So this would be interesting if we get that bearish candle there that we just discussed. Yeah. More people at the Zoom door. Come in. Come in. Come in. Come in. Come in. Come in. Up with this freaking goal. Four-hour no bottom wick is my only concern. 4 hour no bottom wick. It's got a wick, but it shouldn't be your concern. Because on a smaller time frame, you have range to worry about. You understand, the 4 hours should tell you here that there's possibility of buys and sells. We're very bullish right? We're correcting some of this move to the left. But like you said, we have no bottom wick, and we've just tapped the resistance area, and we've also closed no top wick here on the hourly. Look at this. We might get that 15 that we were looking for. Right? That engulfing 15 that we just spoke about. Because this would close the 30 bearish, and look what happened yesterday. Boom. We could do the same thing here. I mean, yesterday. What happened earlier? I love that idea. Which idea? Wait. I don't know how long ago you wrote that. Were you talking about the buys or the sells? But I think the sells are very doable here. Right? Try to head down for that 4-hour break of the lows. Don't forget, we're gonna, once we are looking for a position, there's 30 minutes left in the 4-hour. It's gonna have to do it then. There is no like we go into drawdown, get a closure against us, and let's see how we're. No, it's got to happen then. Otherwise, it's not our position, right? So we'll. It's not going to be a long. It shouldn't be a long trade for this to work. It has to be a pretty quick trade. So we got to be surgical with it. You feel me? Gotta get surgical here. What's up, Jay? What's up, Nate, Sam, Josh, Chris? Bro, I guess. I might have missed somebody. Where's yo? Where is? I'm gonna say this as I'm smoking. Where is Kenny? Thank you, Kenny. You bastards. Morning, W. Yo, bro, if you're the guy that fucking works at Dumpling King, you're the GOAT. If you actually showed up on our live stream, Price MB, I feel like you're just calling because you're at the store. Told the dude to show up. I was like, how long you been working in Dumpling King? He's like, I'm the manager. I was like, do you want to stay the manager? He's like, like show up to the live streams, bro. He's like, all right, W. See you later, W. Is that your Escalade outside? I was like, go to the car, W. I'll bring it out to you. Well, he's so funny. I am the dumpling man. Yo, I'm thinking of going to an Indian spot right now for breakfast. For lunch after the stream. I want to go to an Indian spot. I'm gonna order food like this. I swear to fucking God, I gotta film it too. I'd love to film it. They gonna spit in it? Hey, my friend, I am hiring at my 7-Eleven. Fuck this Indian food bullshit. Come work at my slushy machine. Butter chicken curry. Nah, we don't do that. Yeah, they wouldn't spit in my food. If anything, they just throw it on the floor, step on it, and then put it back on the plate. They wouldn't spit in it. They'd be like, look, street food. Throw it on the street, put it back on the plate. You want is street food. No, so I'm going to go to an Indian spot today, probably. I'm thinking, well, I don't know if I am. I'm thinking of doing it. What do you guys think I should order? Like, there's a lot of Indian people in here. A lot of Punjabi, Paki, whatever. What should I order? These fuckers definitely have like a central station somewhere that's sending this shit out. We're going to the Indian spot right now in South Florida. Attention, South Florida. Indian. There's a fucking bolo alert right now for Wix 9. A nation of angry Indians out there looking for me right now. Range do we got here? We got 6 minutes here for NYSE Open. 6 minutes for NYSE Open. You know what that means? Volume. You know what that also means? W. Coming. There he is. There he is. You better come in here from a hot box fucking room right now. I better see clouds.
What's good, yo?
What's good, what's good, what's good? You know what I like about this? We broke all the highs. Good. Yo, show me the Wii. Show me the Wii.
Getting it together now, my brother.
Oh, you can't even turn the camera on because it's not ready. That store not open for business.
Everybody good?
What are we gonna do here? We're gonna get this bearish closure or what? Yo, what's the stops looking like? It's gonna be nasty if we get a no bottom wick here. Fucking call it a stream. Only thing I'm skeptical of is this little area. So I'm probably gonna have a limit. Probably look for a top wick sell here. I'm gonna have to come here. Two. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna look for this top wick here on the next candle. So we're looking for a top wick to there. I'm looking to fill this wick to the left, get to these areas that support. I might go break even somewhere around here. Might not, depending on how we look. Wait, we got 3 minutes. This looks like it might just break that low, but I might go break even here, but not secure anything. This is only like 30, 40 pips over there. But if we get it down to here, it's like 80, 90 pips. We're gonna need that closure though. We're gonna need that strong closure. I can't have this doji candle here. Did I play sports back in the day? Yeah, I played a lot of sport. I played every sport, matter of fact. I was on every basketball team possible, junior high, high school, AAU ball, and then I was on a Little League baseball team. I was on a hockey team, on a roller hockey team. I played ice hockey, but I was on a roller hockey team. I never played like ice hockey team. Like, yeah, guard or what? Yeah, when I played ball, I played point. I ran point, obviously. I'm 5 foot fucking 10 minus 3. Yeah. Maybe if I had this long ass hair, I'd be like 6 feet. But yeah, I ran point, and I played in high school with Sebastian Telfair. He was a starting point guard in my high school. I mean, he was the point guard in my high school. Did you think I was starting? It's so crazy. Yo, think about it right now. Think about the drop off. Your starting point guard, Sebastian Telfair. The backup, Wix 9. Shock, no minutes. Yo, coach came up to me at the end of the year. He's like, yo, I know you barely made the squad, but you honestly are the most improved player on the team this year. I was like, obviously, I got to fucking play with ballers the entire year. But we say you're the most improved player. Yo, we had the funniest coach. He was small as shit, and like he was highly thought after. Because he recruited the big talent. He got Stephon Marbury, then he got Sebastian Telfair when I went, and then Stephon Marbury graduated the year I went to Lincoln. And wow, what a fucking closure. Yo. I gotta, like, gang, I be doing this all the time. I gotta stop saying shit. I gotta stop speaking things into existence. But, man.
Why would you let that talent go? You just gotta know what to say.
Man, options isn't buys here. I'm scared of these buys with this 1 hour flip filling this wick down, so I'm not looking for buys there. But it looks like a good area. If this wasn't 930 and we're not pushing like this off resistance, yeah, this is solid here for buys. That bottom wick. One ugly 30-minute candle. Like I literally said, watch this shit close with no bottom wick, and then the entire hour's chalk. At this point, I just hope this shit drops with no top, and I hope this shit fucking comes back for this top wick here, and fills this range, and comes back, closes above. Come on, take me down to 46.26, and then back up. does look valid, or that bottom wick stopping you. No, what's stopping me is the no bottom wick on the previous candle. That's the only thing. That's what we said. If there's no bottom wick on this candle, that's going to chalk it pretty much for the hour. I usually would take a buy at this level with that closure, but it's NYC open and we're driving off a higher time frame resistance. I don't want to come down heavy here for a bottom wick. That's why I said I would rather just, man, I want this shit just come down heavy here for this bottom wick and come back up so we can look to buy the rest of the day.
4 hour closing. 27
Yeah,
minutes.
4 hour closing also in 27 minutes. It's just, it's not pretty. This isn't my preferred way to take these positions. But the fact that you close with no bottom wick on that candle, the fact that you open here with this bottom wick tap support, once you start breaking high, you should push up. And maybe on the off chance, if you re-break this low, you could start pushing down here. But boy, oh boy, man, this is going to have to be like one heavy top wick, like up to the resistance again. It's going to need to bounce. It's going to need to fucking slingshot up here, then slingshot back down early enough in the candle for you to be able to take positions there, because it makes sense on the higher time frame. Because you're feeling like, right, well, the 2 hours is going to re-break it slow and come down, but you're filling this 1 hour like candle with that had no top wick on the 1 hour. And yeah, you have a 30 no bottom wick, but the 1 hour is the 1 hour. That supersedes all the lower time frames. That's a stronger tell than the 30, and stronger time frame is telling you you're filling this wick down. Tough for me to, tough for me to take a buy right now. Looks great. Usually this is a buy level. Stops are right there. 30 pip stop. Look good. Probably drove off that level. Yeah. Smaller time frame closed above. On really quick. Oh, come down. Baby, come down. Come down. I was cooked in high school, third string quarterback, 6 feet, 150. The 2 guys ahead of me was 6'4" black guy and the 6'3" white dude. That was 220 and 17. What are you, yellow? $6'3", 220. 17. That's not too crazy, bro. Like, the basketball team, I was the smallest dude on the team, but the biggest dudes on the team were 7-footers. There's a couple of shooting guards at like 6'8", 6'9". They all was like 220, 250.
He's talking about football. A quarterback at 6'4" in high school? Shit.
I mean, there was a lot of tall kids in high school, bro.
I'm talking about the quarterback of your football team. He's usually not 6'4".
Well, look.
At 220.
When you go to the football team, everybody 300 pounds.
Not the quarterback.
Everybody big. A lot of, not everybody, but like a lot of big kids. Like, if you're going to look for the biggest kids, you go to the football practice.
I'm talking about quarterback.
It also depends where you're at. I guess, like, because the inner cities, bro, there's so many kids. There's so many, like,
in the South, yeah, it's a lot more than North. I mean, I get it. They breed them down there. You know,
you come to Florida, I don't know what it is. Bro, somewhere in Miami, they're fucking building football players. There's a factory. There's an assembly line stacking these bros. Because they're coming out fucking.
That South is different. Texas, Florida, all that. That's a whole different animal down there. I don't know.
Florida is like the football breeding ground of the world.
As a matter of fact, one of my coworkers, whose son was in high school, she sent him down to some school down in Florida.
They
for him
all
just to
they're either all from Florida, or their parents come down to Florida, or they send them to Florida. But this is because maybe this is where the training camps, because they practice all year round, right? There's no fucking snow. They're not
Right.
shut down. There's none of that bullshit, right? This is heaven. And
down there from Michigan and lived on the campus at high school.
yeah, and they
you
get
know.
to practice at the U, FIU, FAU. They get to practice at Miami University, right at the U.
He
There's
got a
a,
scholarship at Penn State, and he actually played for
there's
about
a lot
4
of good
or 5
facilities here to practice at.
Oh, now I think he's playing for the UFL. He just played with them this season. So, you know, he played a few years at pro, but he's a little dude. So he's, you know, but he's a hustler. But he went to school in Florida in high school. I can believe it.
Yeah,
But I guess that's what you do.
pretty wild. The quarterback on my high school football team was Aaron Rodgers. Oh, Drizza. I forgot you. I thought Drizza was like 25 though. But he's like, yeah, but he's in his 40s. Gotta be. Drizza, you look young as fuck. Give me a second. Give me a second, gang. Benny almost killed the pool man. Florida and Texas have the best high school football, yes. Been backs. WTF. This was perfect, right? We just needed a closure somewhere over here. Stop work somewhere over here. It filled the whole range we were looking for. Well, let's look at it. Let's reevaluate now. 4 hour. Get rid of everything here.
Oh, shit. Flipping.
4 hour don't flip. Yep. What that mean though?
Mm-hmm.
4 hour might close like candle.
Yeah.
Reggie hates 4 hour late candles. Never know where that bottom wick will go. All right, we'll look for a few things here. Either a push. I was initially looking for a buy limit here, 46.26.8, 46.27 flat. I really want to see this 4 hour through though. I think the 4 hour could push. So idea would be to let this push through, come back up, leave us a wick. Maybe this candle, maybe the next. We can do something like this, which could be a fake out on the 15 or even the 30, right? If we could fake out, get that bearish closure. This. I would enjoy a hold of this area for a fake out to continue up. If we are able to fake out here, if we break down here and retest this area, or if we get a nice range 2 breakout here, I would not mind taking sells either, right? If we see something like this. In this case, something like this. If the candle wants to hold there, a small time frame candle, and we end up waiting on a higher time frame, and we see this is where I'll take bells. Break right here on that closure. Get that closure, bells down. Fish.
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Sorry, I got everything drawn really close here, but just that's the closest, the nearest things I see in terms of our possible participation in this morning's session. Those are the next 3 possible opportunities that I can envision right now, but that doesn't mean nothing else can print, right? We can get something else, and that comes sooner. Micro gold futures, but my chart's different. Why is that? I don't know. Shouldn't be. Should not be. Maybe on the 4 hour it could be, but every other time frame should be the same. I honestly trade other forex pairs and just come here for advice and community to learn. Oh, maybe that's why. How are you on micro gold futures trading? What broker are you with? Gold tripping with my 2 favorite allies. Good song. You guys know where that's from? Jesus, no culture. Anyone? You know it's 420 on some planet right now? There's the push. Let's see if it breaks down completely, or do you pump up here, my friend, very much so. Can we see some this? Can we see some of this? Let's see. Feature this on that. Yeah, it's definitely time to spark. I agree with you. I agree with you. There's that bounce, possibly bounce, but it broke the. It didn't. It held the wick there. Kind of scary on that drop. I would not enter here, but I would not mind entries on the next hourly candle. Right? We have 11 minutes here, so let's just observe. Eventually react, right? But really, we want to observe. We don't want to chase. We do not want to chase here. Let the Zoom door come in. Yeah. We're always reacting, right? We're always reacting here, but maybe that's not always the right thing to do, to react, right? Most people, I guess, repeat offender accused of killing Chicago again. Chicago, you guys are always, like, Florida's always on the news for some funny shit, for the criminals. Chicago's always on the news because of the cops. Some shit. Shooting. Anyway, what I was trying to say is most people spend their whole lives reacting, right, to what happened, to what someone said, to what went wrong, and what might go wrong next. And the real shift that's going to happen in you, or the real shift that usually happens that nobody mentions, the gurus don't tell you, like, the real shift in mindset really happens. Yeah, hold on a second. It's when you stop reacting, I think, right? We're always like, yo, wait, react, right? Don't get ahead of things. React to what the candles say, to what happens. I think there needs to be less reaction and more observing, right? Not like when you're sitting there and judging and fixing and chasing and all of that thing. Just kind of observing things for what they actually are, right? Just I truly believe the most important thing in life is a pause. Being able to pause. Because what happens when you pause? When you pause, you can get your shit together, like just like you watching a movie, right? You pause, you can get everything situated, you get everything you need done. You can get back into the action at the time you need to, right? So you really want to see things for what they are, and you can't focus on everything else going on around you if you don't pause. The movie, the moment, whatever's happening, right? In your head, you got to be able to pause. I believe that's one of the most important skills in life. So observe, see things for what they actually are, because once you see clearly, you can't unsee. Right? That's just a fact of life. Once you see things clearly for what they are, you can't unsee it. Right? And once you can't unsee things, you stop settling for the things that were, that were only surviving off your confusion, I guess. Like, things really change, right? When you see things, like you can't see what, you're not gonna believe your lying eyes. But the only way to see things clearly, you got to be able to pause. You got to be able to observe. Don't react all the time, every time, to everything. Some things just do not deserve a reaction. Violet was not good because the candle opened without top wick. No, but I don't care. That's actually in our favor if the candle opened without a top wick for the buy limit. No, it's just in situations like this. I've seen this enough times to know that the volume comes down. Will a lot of times just break all these lows, especially if you're coming off a higher time frame resistance. And then if you're truly bullish there, if you're going to have buys, you're going to get that fake out. You're going to get the higher time frame closing something like this, another bottom wick. Going to look something like this. Okay. And then another bottom wick. But because you're up in range, that means the smaller time frame's faked out here. That's the only reason you have this wick like this, which means the fake out, you can look for that bottom wick there, and then a bullish flip. This is probably what the candle will look like afterwards. You know, you'll still get that buy limit off there, except you'll now get it on the way up instead of on the way down, right? Because in situation like it's just this doesn't usually happen for sells, but you'll notice that I was just talking about this with somebody, with Daniel. We were just talking. We were texting the other day, and yeah, we were talking after. It was like middle of the night. It was like London session. And we were talking about how buys really set up differently than sells do. Like the pancakes for buys have different mechanics, have different dynamics than the pancakes for sells. Because they buys and sells on gold do set up differently, a bit differently. And it's like grammar. You're like, what do you mean? Just all the direction doing the same thing or upside down? Yes and no. The concepts are applied. Yeah, the same concepts. But the way those concepts are used and put together now, the way the knowledge is used is applied a bit differently for buys and sells. And over time, you'll start recognizing that whenever you take a sell and a pancake on, it'll look different than what the buy would. Just pause at any major decision can build that habit. Yeah, it's very hard to catch yourself in the moment, especially if you're doing something you don't want to be doing at the moment. We're gonna go long Nas in BE. I didn't even see the message. This guy just lived an entire trade while I was speaking. W Joseph. Santos. What's up? I know options be looking for that quick pump down here and a bump up. Where's the buy limit options? What you got going? 46.10 flat? Talk to me. Joseph, what you got on the book map? Come on, fellas. Sinking ship here. We gotta save the chat. Avengers assemble. Bookmap doesn't have much. Bumbaclat bookmap. Bookmap. The bookmap. NYC Open really pushed this fucker down here, 200 pips. The other day, NYC Open did nothing. 2 15-minute candles worth of wicks, nothing. Today, over 200 pips. Buying, no. About to be somebody's liquidity, bruh. It's gonna be like a 300 pip drop right now in a split second. Sorry, like 150. Big fucking drop, my friend. Incoming. Maybe 46.18, maybe another 80 pips here. I think we see a drop. At least another 80 pips. Quick drop. This is volume. This is simple volume, my friend. Really hope I kept you out of that buy. Unless your stop is like down here, like 45.95, another 700 pips. That's not a good buy. Let this drop. You had losing streak this year? I had 2 losing weeks this year, the first 2 weeks of the year. Imagine you fucking joined the Signal channel January 1st. You're like, fuck, I'm gonna start the year off right. How many trades? How many trades in a row? Maybe 2. Like, no, we don't do losing streaks here. Like, we might lose trade. It's very rare for me. Like, no. I'm lying. I think I've lost 2 in a row on stream once in the last year, and since the beginning of the year. 1 time. How many trades in a row? Yeah, like that doesn't happen. We don't do losing streaks. Yo, this thing's about to close. 30, no bottom wick. 1 hour, no bottom wick. 4 hour, no bottom wick. It's happened here before. Look at this shit, right? Remember this candle right there? The fuck you candle right there? Look, next candle. No bottom wick. No bottom wick. A 1,000,000 pip drop. Lost 4 to 5. 2. Okay, nice. Bet the house on the 3rd trade after 2 losses is the secret chat. Yeah, I mean, I cannot remember when we lost 3 trades in a row. How long has it been? Does anyone remember? Has it? I know. I think it's had to have happened. It's got to have happened like a year ago. It could not have happened like maybe 2 years ago. I don't know. Maybe it hasn't never happened.
It happened last year, April, right, when we had that loss, and I think we caught 2 losses or 3 losses in a row then.
Leave it to Jay the detective.
I think so, but I'm not sure. It might.
You know what's funny? In my head, I was thinking the same thing. I think it happened actually about a year ago, last April. In my head, that's exactly what I was thinking.
But those are very rare, anyways. Very, very rare. Just got to manage risk accordingly, and it should be fine. Oh wow, this is pushing.
Coming right back up. Hey, somebody's buys worked out. Somebody's buy worked out. This fucking candle sucks. No offense, candle. But let's create something, because look, this candle don't give us a bottom wick. We could get some respect, right? We could get some respectus. We get some respectus over here. 46.26. It's yeah. I'm gonna look for. If we get some respectus and a closure of a loja, we look for the break to the lows of this candle. Maybe a break and retest. Maybe a fake out. We'll see. Look at the 4 hour. Might see a reaction here at 46.37 flat. Come back down. What is it? 46.37. There's no level here. There's. Ooh, that's interesting. gonna. I'm gonna have a sell limit here. $46.37. It's not a big stop, but I want to attempt this. Sorry, I had to market execute here on the live account. Not a big stop here. Limit by. Oh, come on. All right, stops to break even here. I'm gonna close partials at 30 right there. Come on, come on. Whoa! What was that?
You went into a buy manually. I think that's what it showed. That's why I was confused there.
All right, we're up 30 pips here on the gang. Go break even. We're up 30 pips on the live account. I made money on there, right? Did I not? Did I not get activated in there? Oh, I didn't get activated on here. I'm sorry. I said
Yeah, that's why I was wondering.
I was 100% sure I was active, and I was like, because I'm doing exactly what I'm doing on my live account. I'm just copying. I didn't even see.
Yeah, but your live is GC and this is MGC. Sometimes they are off by a little bit.
No, my live right now is on MGC because there's no
Oh,
way I
also.
can close 75% of a position on a.
Damn. Maybe the platform has a different level, not 100%
No.
the same.
I market executed. So my entry was 4636.2. We're still good in the signal channel. If you guys didn't market execute, I don't know, didn't quite get there. But we closed 30 something pips partials. Yeah, the signal channel got the W. We're still live. We're up 15 pips. I closed. Wait, what do we get? Yeah, I closed 80% at 28 pips. We don't want to re-break at the highs. We just want to fucking pump down here to the flip. But yeah, so this is the position that we're in right now. We had
What was the original sell limit?
the sell limit was right here, but because I saw this pushing up, it's hard to manage two positions. So I figured, all right, we're about to tap it, and I'm gonna miss the tap and drive down. So I just manually executed on the live. There we go. The B's hit. So 28 pips. W. But right there, it just got there. It might actually come down from here. Damn it. I was about to say, I'm about to market execute again. And it already dropped. Sorry. There's it go. There it goes. There it goes. 50 pips. 50 pips. Nice 50 pip drop. Fill that wick. Yeah, 51. $47 pips there. Yeah, that re-break at a high, that was perfect for a retake of that position. Watch it re-break the high. Now once you're in at the tip of the wick here, you have to go break even because that was the point. The point is to snipe this area, not to go into drawdown here. So stop's really tight because your job is to snipe this, go break even. Because if price ever gets back there, it's re-breaking that high, right? You have the tip of the wick, it's re-breaking the high, which means it's making a steeper top wick, which means that's not the position you want to be in here. You want to be in a snipe, right? But W idea, W trade. Congrats to everyone that got in. But I called it. I said I'm market executing here on the live. Yeah, and if now it comes down, your job is to secure at the flip your full TP. Because the previous candle had no bottom wick. This is crazy, right? Because you got this, you almost made a top wick for that previous candle. this is a W. Ah, man. If it was just 1 second, man. I just need an extra second of to market execute there. That's solid. Yeah, and nowhere here do I want to take this because this is settling for position. It could re-break the high, right? It could come down here, but this is 50-50. The whole point of this is to snipe this and have no risk on the table, right? So you could do this off the snipe. W. How did I fuck up here so bad? I didn't see it not tap. So what happened here was when I market executed, I went back here and I was under the impression we were already in a trade. And we weren't actually activated. If you rewind, I'm talking like we're actually in the trade. Didn't actually activate here. And then I set a buy limit for partials, and it hit the buy limit. Partials instead of closing partials, it activated a buy. I fucking hate this platform, bro. Yo, top one. I'm sorry. I'm about to be switching to Lucid. I'm kidding, y'all. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Why I took this trade stop level with it? It was based on this level here. Based on what happened here. That's why the stop was there. Yo, why can't I grab this stop loss? Right there. Stop was there. And right there. Because it falls in line with this. Oops. This right here. This right here. I spoke about this yesterday, right? I spoke about this yesterday on stream, I think during yesterday's Asian session. If you guys show up to the sessions, some sessions there's no trades, but they're way better sessions than the sessions when we get trades. Like right now, we just got a trade off that top wick and came back to be. We could have reattempted it, and there's massive gems and knowledge knowing why we could have done that and how we could have done that. Like this thing right here is running 70 pips in profit here if you actually got in. So the point is, if you go back to yesterday's stream, go rewatch it. Few gems, but you have precedent for this level, right? Right here. What happened earlier, right there, in that area. What happened earlier, right here, as you were coming up to this area, closure right there, wick right there. That gives you, this closure gives you your entry. That wick gives you your stop. This gives you your initial target, the bottom of that range. You are playing this range right here. Sorry. This range. Right? You're using this whole range. Well, the trade is from here. Yeah. This part is your stop. That's still part of your trade. That's your entry. And your full TP, like I said, flip of the wick. I mean, flip of the candle, which makes sense here because that's the extent of that range. You see how things make sense? You're building a narrative, building a story, right? So you take partials at your first, right there, first initial opportunity to reject. So you make sure you secure profits, right? Secure the bacon, and then the rest is runners. And you want to leave 10% for the rest of this? Fine, go for it. But 80 to 90% of your positions got to be secured by this. It doesn't have to be. For me, I'd prefer to secure. Because chances are you're going to come back and retest versus you're going to drop 2,000 pips. You know what I mean? So based on this, we have precedent coming up to this level. We know that this is a support and we could turn it into a resistance. How can we wick off that level? Well, we have precedent here. Now we can use that to get our sniper entry. right? This is where pancakes came from. This was one of the first indications that, and then you're like, holy shit, this is a head and shoulders and some other strategy. And you're like, God damn it, this shit works. Well, everything works if you know how to apply it. And then sometimes you guys be like, man, that's the WeWop. I'd be like, man, well, I guess it works if you're just applying it right? But it's all rooted in price action. It's all rooted in price action, whether it's patterns, whether it's some kind of concepts, right? ICT concepts, whether it's whatever it is, SMC. It's all rooted in price action. So make price action your foundation. And not that you need nothing else. You really don't, but if you want to use anything else, you can add it on top of your foundation and price action. You will, not that you will reach new levels, but you will be absolutely the king of using that concept because your foundation is in price action. So now you have an understanding of why things are happening, why that concept works, why that indicator works, or because you'll see it, the reasoning, you'll see it explained by the candles here. Price action terms. Learn the language, gang. All right, we can close below this candle, right? We now have a top wick on the 4 hour. If we can close below this current level, I'm down to take some sells. If we can close above, back into that range that we just reacted off of that I was talking about, close this out. Let's get rid of this. Wasn't a big win, but it's money. Wasn't huge, but it's still money. Not 10 pips. Just a quick sniper entry, 28 pips. Money, 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 money everywhere. How do you make trading view chart not change positions drastically when switching between time? I scared the shit out of it over the last half a decade. It listens. Trained it. Send it not to a boot camp, to what do you call it? Send it to a whatchamacallit. I don't know. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know when you switch time frames, it changes drastically. I've never had that issue, never had that experience, so I did not have to do anything. What up, Tom? What would you say the new can't see 30 pips and not go BE for these? Wait. I'm reading that wrong. What would you say the new can't see 30 pips and not go BE for these new larger ranges? It's not about just 30 pips. Because there were times right now recently, like we saw 40, 45 pips went into drawdown just to catch on it. Because it's about the levels that we've tapped and we haven't tapped. And some of these ranges just are so big, like a 15-minute candle, 250, 260, 300, 350 pips. Right? Your mid candle, you're like, there's nothing in your way. You haven't tapped anything. I have a hard time really going B just yet. It's when we start approaching areas we can reject that. But yeah, I think I see, honestly, if I see 40 pips, I'm 90% of the time going B. 30, 40 pips, I'm going to be 50 pips, I'm going to be. There's just no reason. There's trades you see 50 pips and you take full. There's no reason to let this shit ever go back into drawdown. There's just no reason. Fucking, it's coming back to drawdown after seeing 50 pips. It's just it fucks with your head. It's mentally. It's not that it's not like I can't take it. For majority, not speaking for myself, but it would be dumb for me to because I got to go based on the majority, right? Not what 3 people in the chat are like, but for the majority. You don't want to go through that because it fucks with your head. Majority of people, it fucks with it. And you're like, no, not for me. Well, then you're not in the majority. All right, for the majority of people, it is not an experience you want to get used to. It's not something you want to practice. Not a good habit, not a winning habit to set. So, yeah, it could go back in your direction, but there are 50 pip trades that'll never come back to your stops. Those are the ones you want to be in. So get rid of the one, go break even. And like, if that takes you out, oh well, I get taken out of a lot of trades that still run and go, like a lot. Like out of those 193 break evens, if I never win BE, it would probably 150 of those are wins.
Yeah, you remember you used to call it something different, and Spaceman wrote it. If you're in profit of 50 pips and you don't go at least go BE or maybe close partials or something, asshole. Depending on where that resistance is, then you're just an asshole. If you allow it to go back into drawdown and hit stop loss, then you're just an asshole.
Up 50 pips and you let the shit go back into drawdown, you're an asshole. 100% right.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't like profit? I mean, if you're using a lot of 0.01, doesn't matter. It depends on what your balance is and what your risk management is. So profit is profit. Doesn't matter that you're seeing 50 pips and it's only 0.01, because one day it could be 1 lot or 10 or or 50, right? So I guarantee you that if you have a 1 contract or 10 contracts at 50 pips, you're not gonna go BE. Yeah, I guarantee you're an asshole, right? That's a lot of money.
But based on people's strategy, some people's, it depends on what they're doing. But if you're trading price action, if you're doing what we're doing, if you're trying to emulate us, right? If you're trying to get trading down to this extent, to this level, and keep improving, you risk management is a constant and consistent learning experience, just like trading is, just like entries are. Right? There's many different aspects that you have to learn in order to get this thing down, right? To get the overall activity, the overall your overall job complete, right? There's different parts to your job, different responsibilities, different things you got to learn. And I think that's one of them. Right? Risk management. It's not that's what takes you from break even to profitable. I truly believe it's not that what you know. It's not the entries, the trades you take. It's not any of that. I think all of that takes you to being able to learn to trade, right? Taking trades and going to break even, learning how to trade, taking winning trades, right? That takes you from losing to break even, but the risk management part is what takes you from break even to profitable. That's the key. So if you've been break even for a long time, it's not your positions, it's not your entries, it's not your trading, it's your risk management. You figure that part out and you're going to be profitable. I don't like to have risk on the table. I like to secure. I like to have money in my pocket. So that's led me down a very good path. And I'm not telling you that's the only path, but I'm telling you that's what I do. And the rest is up to you, right? I can only show you the door, Neo. You are the one that has to walk through it. That's a huge part of the next step for many. The risk management portion is the last piece. I would not say so. I would not say it's the last piece. I I would say it's a beginning to a beautiful journey. Your mindset, your ability to stay consistent, your discipline will be your partner for the long road. Knowledge you'll have, the experience you'll have, right? Knowledge guided by experience. You'll have enough to be profitable. You'll have mechanisms in place. And it's easy to go off the rails. I've seen some of the best do it. The best of the best of the best. I've seen them go off the rails. So your discipline, right? Your persistence, your consistency, those will be your partners for the long road. For the road trip. Wait. We've updated. Oh. $95 pips a game. Would have sniped it too for the entire 95. Got better, and I know it. To get extra funds, I'll be in the signature. Get the bundle. That's how you get extra funds. You got this backwards, bro. You get the bundle, you get the extra profits. How you get the extra funds? All? I don't know what that means. Remember to manage your risk and protect your capital. Yeah, you're really, that's what you are. You're risk managers, you're fund managers. Except it's your own funds, but you guys are fund managers. Unless you're Jay. Jay is the fund manager. Jay decides how much fun this thing is.
I decide how much fun. What?
I said you guys are all fund managers, and Jay is the fund manager.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear because my daughter's screaming at the same time. Now I get it, yeah.
I'm gonna get. You're the fun.
Oh man. Oh, okay. My girl's eating an ice cream cone like a drumstick, and my daughter's screaming because she knows this is chocolate, and she's like, "Give me one!" First time she ate chocolate was like a month ago. You should have seen her face.
Wait till you have the boy. Wait till you have the boy. Oh man, I'm gonna be kicking his ass. They're so sloppy.
Why am I only tasting it now? Now she goes nuts for chocolate.
You know, never mind. Just not a conversation worth starting on YouTube.
Oh, now she's quiet because
I swear there should be footage of the behind the scenes of what's going on in my head. Shit that never makes it on air.
No.
It would do well.
Yeah, drop a like, chat. We'd appreciate that. Something to challenge you haven't done so.
Yeah, I'm out of ice cream. I only got sorbets left. Gelatos. Who the fuck eats gelatos? I mean, I eat gelatos, but like,
I do. Love it.
Delicious. I'm okay. Here's the deal. I can't have.
You're a too, bro.
I can't have fruit gelatos anymore. Like, I need flavor. I need like. Lately, coffee, pistachio, green bean. Like that, it's been like that, right? It's been caramel. It's been like, I can't do the fruit. I've done too much pineapple and coconut and strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, berry.
Well, they have delicious gelatos here.
Yeah, but you're in Spain,
So-
bro. You guys live by.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the real shit. It's really good. I don't know what it is back home, but it's probably just ice cream just made with a ton of sugar differently. I mean, it's a little bit different texture. Same principle though.
You should get a second off camera, and when you have an intrusive thought, you mute the stream, look at that camera, almost like the Fresh Prince. That's a fucking great idea, bro. You know how to set that up? How would I set that up? That's a fucking dope idea. I loved when the Fresh Prince did that. What? That could go to the private gang only.
So that's it. We've been asking you to get just a camera for the Zoom, right? You could do that for the Zoom people. That would be
No,
perfect.
fuck the Zoom people. No, I mean, I don't mean fuck the Zoom people. I mean, fuck the Zoom camera. Fuck the Zoom camera. That's what I mean.
God damn.
Damn, pulled the Kenny.
Beep, beep, gone. God damn.
Pulled the
That's
Kenny on a live stream.
That's hilarious.
Fuck those Zoom people.
Oh man.
I got one of these, yo. I could just set this up. Have this bit on the side. Itty bitty. Watch, it's gonna look at you. Perfect. Wait. Oh, it's
Who's
dead.
gonna be able to see it?
Huh? No, I'm connected. What do you mean? See it? It's probably. Oh yeah, you're right. Probably the Zoom people.
Jeez.
Yeah, because it's gonna be for the private gang, so it's probably gonna be recorded, posted later in the private channel, or the Zoom people will just see it live. Yeah, because there's so much shit I can talk about in the Zoom that we just cannot fucking discuss on here. Yo, the way Fresh Prince did it was wild. I used to love that. Thank you for reminding. I don't know how to set that up. Gotta figure out how to set that up. All right, gang. So someone's gonna have to help me with that. Is it cooked? I don't trade gold. I feel like I learned more using what you talk about with gold and using it for my own instead of just waiting for you to tell me what to do. But now you're asking me to tell you what to do. Is it cooked?
Yeah, because he wrote earlier he doesn't trade gold; he trades other assets, but comes here for the information that you talk about.
No, that's dope. A
gold
lot
and
of people do that.
implements it.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people don't. A lot of people trade spot price, so not futures. Is it chalked? Well, that's a good question. Let's look at this. We have.
And I'm surprised we don't have that much movement because it is the last day of the month, right? So I'm actually surprised, but
Wait till Asian
the
session.
day after
Well, actually, the
FOMC
Asian
too.
session is the first already.
I mean, London
yeah.
moved like crazy. That's no
I'm
doubt.
I'm not too surprised. The candles are pretty heavy. I think it's moving. It's just not moving at the moment you want it to, but the market is moving. Right in the last few hours, right? 1, 2, last hour and a half, dropped 300 pips. We're looking for some closures below yours. This is the range we're in right now, right? We're looking to either form a support here that we can buy off of, establish a resistance here we can sell off of, or close above or close below. That's really what we're looking to do. There's a level you can bounce off of here, not looking to trade it because this is the 4-hour flip here, right? So I would not mind the 4-hour flip and closure below in a smaller time frame that can set us up for some range fills, right? You didn't have a wick on the closure. This candle already gave you a wick. You can get a closure below now and a deeper wick and start looking to fill those ranges. But it's getting pretty late in the New York session. Not that I'm leaving, it's 10:30. It's early for us, right? It's getting late for the high volume time. So London close is the next hurrah. Can't remember last time I took a trade in London close. Oh, I think in the signal channel we did maybe a week ago after we had an early stream. I know I'm a little behind, but I'll try and find out a way to. What do you mean?
Later, Tom.
Good run. Good tea. Gotcha. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Later. Busy tomorrow, so we'll see you next week, sir. And get the bundle so we can see you on Sunday. Oh shit, Trump out there congratulating the astronauts that never went to the moon. Congratulations. Food stamp fraud. Oh, I think they raided the Leering Center. You saw what's her name? What's the name? The Somali congresswoman. What's her name? Oh, Ileana Omar. She was giving a speech, and they wrote in her speech. Her speechwriter wrote World War. And you know how they put the two things, the two ones for World War II. You know, like Roman numerals. So she read that shit as World War 11 during the speech. So somebody made a meme with her where she was attending the Leering Center. Talking about World War 11. The Germans did that in World War 11. Gold still suffering from the crush back in January. Still hasn't quite found real support. I don't think it's suffering. World War II. That shit. That shit. I'll fucking lose it. Yeah, I mean, we're printing side by side for now. Give me a second, game, but there's no entries, no positions here. Only options takes trades at this time. Options here running at 30 pips in prop. No, there's no buy limits here for me. That was a 4-hour flip, and quite often you'll see that, but it'd be amazing if we could break the lows, come down here, and then come back up, break the highs, start coming back up here, start filling this wick up. I'm really think this wick up, or this wick should get filled up. Quality Leering Center. Only options. Benny, you lesbian donkey, get over here. Come on. Wait, you coming or what? Go find where he is. I don't know what he's doing. He's been a drag queen lately. He's been finding women's clothes in my house. And that's why I called him a lesbian donkey. Gonna find my girl's clothes and just dragging it out. The other time he walks out with a dress on, I can't fucking stand it. I can't fucking stand it. I can't stand this dog, man. You ever wear a dress again, I'm gonna punch you dead in the nose. Just fucking paint your nails and shit. You be walking around with painted nails. Looking like a confused serial killer. Scary yet glamorous. Finish this joint while we were actually no, I was gonna go get some ice cream, but I don't have to wait. This joint over here. I got a lot of things to do here on stream today. I still got to drink my protein, and then I got to drink my electrolytes with my creatine, and then I gotta have some lunch. I gotta have some breakfast. I gotta have a snack. We got a lot of things to do here. You know how low your brain has to be to not automatically assume one or two when the words World War come up? That's like a little universal understanding. Yeah, it's automatic. Somebody says World War, I'm going to 2 immediately. I don't even care if there's a II after it. Just saying World War II. I'm just not even saying it. Fuck it. World War makes more. You don't have to, because of World War I or II, like you don't even need to say during the World War. That's what you say. That's what, if they don't know 1 or 2, that's their problem. I just say World War. All the same countries involved. Right? You can't go wrong. The fucking thing started just through bad luck.
What started through bad luck?
Because how did the world wars start?
Oh,
They killed the, what's his name? The Duke. I forgot, Duke something.
No, the World War were caused on purpose by certain people. And for the first
The
World
beginning,
War,
the
it was caused on
whole
purpose.
preface of
Yeah, it was. It was caused on purpose, and it didn't play out. It didn't work out. They didn't get what they wanted. And then
So
World War
it was it was on purpose because there was a plan to murder somebody. There was a plan to
it
start
wasn't exactly that.
manipulating the government for power, but I forgot his name. Hold on, let me look up his name.
It wasn't exactly that, but I won't talk about it here, otherwise the stream will get shut down. But it was caused by certain people, certain group of people for the First World War, after the Declaration of Balfour, and when that didn't actually work out to the success that they wanted, Second World War was then caused accordingly. And then obviously that just grew into something huge. And then in 1948, those group of people got exactly what they wanted. And so if you guys want to put the points together, you'll get to understand what I mean. Kenny, did you get anything? Man, this is a pretty fucking boring session. No, nothing. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Send
Your ass back to boarding school.
What's that?
Waiting around.
This is a very, very, very boring session, to be honest with you. It's just
All right. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The guy's name was Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne. Right? That's what historically triggered World War I, right? That was the trigger. That's what I was talking about. The killing of Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie during a visit to Sarajevo, right? Where's Sarajevo? Bosnia? Serbia? The blank check.
I believe it's Bosnia.
So after that happens, Germany promises unconditional support to Austria-Hungary, encouraging a hardline response against Serbia. Following unacceptable ultimatum, Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, activating a web of European alliances. Within weeks, the conflict escalated into a global war as Germany, Russia, France, Belgium, and Great Britain were drawn in. So that was the beginning, right? The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
No, it started before that. It started way before that. See, that's the thing. That's probably the lyncher, right? But it started way before that. There was a plan that was put into motion.
But you know why it got executed by a mistake, because there was when they planned to assassinate him as he was driving down the street, and they saw the assassin and the Archduke or something like that. They got tipped off, and his driver made a wrong turn and ended up getting stuck in traffic, or getting stuck behind a car or something like that, or behind a truck, like something, a delivery cart. I don't know what they had, a carriage back then. And he ended up getting stuck on the same corner where the killer was running, or where he was standing. I don't remember the exact story. It was just by mistake that he turned into the very block or into the very alley where the killer was standing, and the guy just shot him right, like, you know, right in front of them. And just that mistake triggered just the entire world change. But it also triggered a wave of innovation. Like, we are probably not living a 21st century lifestyle at 2 world wars not happening. Unfortunately, war breeds innovation. It's just how it works.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. But they did have cars. I verified they had a lot of cars at the time.
No, they had cars. I'm just saying, like, what, they didn't get stuck in traffic behind like a truck delivering to Walmart.
No, probably behind a carriage or with a horse or something like that. Yeah.
No, the Duke was in a car. I don't know what they got stuck on.
Stuck behind the carriage.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Yeah, they probably got stuck.
But you guys should do your own research. Go on to X and find the information there. And you'll be able to see and verify facts with videos and pictures and actual statements and a lot of documentation to prove why it started, and the same thing as to why the Second World War started as well. I mean, that's very, very clear, that information as to why the Second World War started. First World War is a little older, so it might be a little more difficult to find the information as to why that happened. The trigger might have been the assassination of Duke Ferdinand, but as to why it started, there are other information in there. And yeah, as to Second World War, you guys will get a lot of information on that. But go on to X. It's less what's the word I'm looking for?
Exciting.
No, like hidden. What's the word I'm looking? Jeez.
No, I'm talking about the charts. Very exciting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. God, I just forgot my wording.
Sam said, I don't know, but I'm geeked that you like the Fresh Prince idea. Why are you geeked? What does that mean? That means you're going to help me set it up, right? And then we can have, if anything, I can invite Jay on there to speak. Off top.
Sure. We can definitely do that. It'll just be your face they'll see, though.
Yeah. I'll be like, hold on, YouTube. Pause YouTube. King Queen Layrith at Arlington Cemetery.
The word I'm looking for is censored. So X is less censored. There you go.
Censored.
I don't know why that escaped my mind, but yeah.
This stream is pretty uncensored.
And it's censored-ish, but yeah, we do talk about a little bit more stuff. But there's only so much we can say because obviously it's very censored here, very controlled. Yeah.
Is that the word you're looking for? Yeah. Censored. Oh, are we flipping bullish on the 1? I'm sorry, on the 30. Are we flipping bearish on the 1? Man. Or are we flipping bearish on the 15? Or are we flipping bearish on the 4? Or are we, well, everything could flip bearish, only the 30 could flip bullish. Mention the one that
Nothing's happening. We gotta wait for the hourly anyways.
yeah, they're printing side by side, just chop, chop, chop. No clean tell.
Yep. Agreed. The only nice sells would have been at 55. Given what, 300 pips?
I think the only sells here that I would have taken today was just that top wick that I spoke about that we actually executed.
Manually, yeah.
Yeah, the one executed manually.
I didn't catch it, unfortunately. Yeah.
Compare
didn't hear you
yourself
properly.
to yourself. How do you do that? Well, are you closer to poverty or further away? Oh, right? There doesn't need to be any comparison. Once again, right? No comparisons here. Not looking to be better, or even yourself. It doesn't make sense to compare anything. It doesn't get you anywhere. You just
It does. It's a very male thing to do. Compare yourself to others. That's what allows you to become an alpha, become better than anybody else, to try to get the best out of everything.
I don't compare nothing, because it does. I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense. It's not what gets you anywhere. It's not the comparison,
about?
right? It's the trajectory where you're going.
No, but when you're young, right? It's in us, right? The more testosterone we have, the more we want to be the leaders, the more we want to be number one, we want to be the best, and we compare ourselves with everybody else.
Oh,
If it
I'm
weren't
not
for-
saying you don't do that. It's human nature. It's instinct.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't do it. I don't think it's a good instinct.
It is a good thing in a way, in order to make sure that you try to be
Well,
the best version
it
of
depends on
yourself.
how you look at what your definition of compare is.
Yeah, but if you compare yourself to yourself, you have to do that as to how you were in the past, obviously, because you don't know what your future will be. So if you were in the streets and living in the streets, and now you have an apartment and have a family, you're definitely comparing yourself to who you were back then and saying, you know, I've succeeded and done what I needed to do. And then from there, you just do the same thing and then keep growing from there. That's the only thing you can do. If you don't learn something every day, then there's no point in doing anything, right? So you always have to try to better yourself and compare yourself to the past. So learn something new, learn a new word, learn how to trade something differently, learn how to, do whatever it is that you need to do to better yourself. That's how you compare yourself to yourself in the past.
It depends on
But you
what the
compare
meaning
yourself
of the
to
word
others.
is.
Yeah, but you compare yourself to others all the time. Oh, this guy's got a nicer car. What is he doing? He's got more money. He's got this. and that.
That's
He's
why
got-
I don't do it, because like no matter how much I guess this comes with age. I just don't think it's a high quality habit. Comparing.
Not about quality.
Like
it's just
there,
instinct.
forget what others
It's
have.
natural.
There's shit that you want in life. Like yeah,
Yeah,
you
but why
might
do you
see
want that?
things, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it's
Why do you
not.
want them?
It's not like you're comparing like, oh shit, I have this, I have that. No, you might see things you like, you might see things you don't like. I don't buy sneakers because of their price or because somebody else. I buy them because I like the motherfuckers. Like those look.
Yeah, no.
There
With
will
age.
There
Like-
will always be somebody who has more, and always someone who
Yeah,
has less.
it's like it's
Yeah.
a waste because like, whoa, oh, I'm gonna feel great. I'm better than I was a year ago, right? But man, but then why am I not doing the other way, right? Damn, man, I should feel like shit because in a year from now I could be way better. Like, I'm not there. I can't believe I'm not there yet.
No, that's just self-sabotage. But in the end, like Kenny said, somebody will always have more and somebody will always have less, unless you're Elon Musk.
Comparison's
And
the
nobody's
thief
gonna
of
have more.
joy,
But
and
That's why you
it
don't
makes
need
you
to compare.
it makes you focus
You
on
don't
the
need to-
wrong thing.
Yeah, you
you're
don't need to
usually
compare to other people.
usually
because you're-
people focus on the wrong thing because they look to
I'm
compare
saying
themselves
is-
to their opponent or to their competition, right? And
yeah, but that's
There is no
something that
competition.
you do. If you're in competition, you must compare yourself to others in order to know how to beat the record that person has, for example, right? So you have to understand what he's doing that's different than you're doing. Let's say you're doing, competition for swimming or track and field or things like that. And that's something that, you have to do to better yourself.
I think
When you're playing sports,
I think
you
sports is
have
a
to
little
compare
different.
yourself.
Sports is a little different in terms of competition.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. This is just a male instinctive thing where we want to compete to be the best, right? You compare yourself to what the better people are doing and how come they are better. Then you must try to understand
You
how
got to
better
push the
yourself.
limits. You got to push the limits.
I'm not saying, but I'm not saying daily compare yourself to everybody around you. No, I'm just saying it's a natural instinctive thing to do in order to try to be the best.
I agree. That's what I just said too. It's a natural instinct. It's what we do, but I'm just saying it's not a good instinct.
No, I never said it's a good instinct with a lot of the things, but sometimes it is a good instinct in order to, become better than what you are, especially when you do sports or things like that.
You got to push the limits in sports, and the way you push the limits is you got to see what the limits are.
That's 100%. And how can you do that without comparing yourself to the best,
Exactly. You got to see what the limits are. You got to see what people are doing because, you don't know, you don't think you're the limit.
Yeah. I'm not saying, hey, look, that guy has a nicer car or has more money than me. Compare yourself and tell yourself that you're shit because you don't have that. No, that's not what I'm saying. Right. So there's a big difference. And it's always important, obviously, to understand that there's always going to be somebody stronger than you. There's always going to be somebody better than you in a specific task or whatever it is. Somebody might be richer than you, but it doesn't mean that you have to be depressed about it, right? But you have to look at yourself also where you are within society, right? Are you within the norm? Are you better than the norm? And so on and so forth. And you have to do something that makes sense, obviously, because you can't compare yourself when it comes to height because you can't control that. But you can't compare yourself when it comes to intellect because then you can learn more.
How about girth? Can we control girth?
Jay, you could be better than most people and still look at yourself and say, I'm not doing what I should be doing. I'm not as productive as I should be. Just because you're doing most people don't mean that you're okay. That you're doing your capability. So that's why compared to other people, because there's always going to be people better than you and worse. You compare yourself to your ability and what you can do and how much.
But you don't know what you really can do until you try to achieve what the best person has done or try to get to that goal.
I'm not achieve anything what somebody else has done on trading.
See, if I'm looking at Wicks, for example, the success that he's had.
It's not competitive. I'm not talking about in the competitive space. I'm not talking about sports. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about. I'm just talking about life in general. You know,
I look at the comparing
their cars, their houses. Well, how do you afford this and I can't? Why this?
I've never been like that. Yeah, I understand.
We're talking about comparison to other people. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm doing better than most people, I know myself I could be doing a lot more than I have been doing. And I'm BSing in some areas. So I still need to get better. I might be better than 80% of people as far as what I'm doing, but I still know I'm only working at 65% and I need to get better. So I'm not comparing myself to other people. I'm comparing myself to my ability.
Yeah.
Of what
I agree.
In general, that doesn't matter. Why the conversation started. The whole point isn't comparison. The whole point is trajectory. You got to worry about not like, are you better than this, better than that? The whole point is you got to worry about where are you headed with what you're doing. Is what you're doing, getting you closer to, or, keeping you down the path of down the trajectory of where you need to go, right? There's a vision that you have of yourself, right? Of who you want to be, what you want to do, what you eventually in your optimal form look like. And you know that there's a path to get there. And the only difference between that person then and you now is time, but you are that person as long as you stay on that path and that trajectory.
You know what's important, obviously, is
hold on, let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought.
That path that you're referring to, how do you know if it's good or not? And
but that's because that path leads you down to your optimal self. You see yourself as the optimal self that you are. What would you do at those times being that optimal self? How would you act? What are the activities you'd be doing? What are the things you would be learning? What is the knowledge and value that you need to have to be that person, right? And you slowly start doing those things, and eventually your entire routine is built around winning habits or habits that lead you down that path, right? The only difference between that person then and this is now. That's why I say trajectory is key. As long as you stay down that path, right, it doesn't really matter what anyone else is doing. they're not going to be the reason you become your optimal self. It's staying down, you know, staying on that path, staying on that yellow brick road.
I hear what you're saying. Unfortunately, most people don't know how to do that, because that comes from the parents, who should get that information from God, right? You should be able to understand that. If you don't have that path to understand as to how things would work, what would be better in life, and so on and so forth, if your parents don't teach you those things, you're going to get
but to some people he don't say nothing back. I can understand that.
You don't say what?
And to some people he doesn't say nothing back, so I can understand that part too, because I've been there.
No, I'm hearing you, but a lot of people don't understand that aspect because they don't know what to try to achieve, right? They don't understand what the goal of life is, and that's obviously based on what historical data will tell us as to what works and what doesn't work, right? Then you can, you know, deviate that off that path and then see what will happen. Then you know what the consequences are, and that's where parents should come into play and explain that to you. So comparing yourself to others, yeah, obviously not a great thing, because then you're going to be weak all the time, thinking that everybody's better than you. But you try to better yourself in the things that you do. That's very important. And when you take that path, if you start from when you're young, that's why having a strong, you know, household is very important, to lead the kids into the right direction. Then they'll have their own mindset prepared and understand what logic is and what good is and what bad is, and so on and so forth. Then from there, they make their own decisions as to what things are, but you have to teach them the consequences of their actions, which is why it's important to let them know, like you say, Wix, you don't tell your kids that you're proud. You want them to feel proud about themselves as to, you know, having achieved something that they did. How would they have known that that was something that would work if they haven't tried it? That's also something the parents need to give them an example to get them to reach that certain path. Most people don't do that these days. Most people say, oh no, just do whatever you want, your own feelings or things like that. And that's unfortunately leading them into a dark path. So that's what I'm saying. When you want to compare yourself, and I was referring to obviously was activity wise, was sports wise, was, you know, being the best as what you can be, and things of that nature. But yeah, you don't want to compare yourself to your neighbor that he has a nicer car than you, because you don't even know if that's just all rented, right? You don't even know if that's just a loan, just to flash and show off and all this and that, so that he can, you know, make people respect him more, things like that. He could be the biggest, brokest person with a massive debt, but you have no debt, but you just have a normal car, but you live better and your family lives better that way. You just don't do that part, that's for sure. And people today forgot about loving thy neighbor and helping each other out, right? And that's also important. So love, family, God, all these things are very, very important in life, and unfortunately we're not being taught that anymore. And that's very, very, very difficult, which is hurting everybody, right? A lot of the stuff happening are about the devil right now, the music, all these things, and you're just like, what the hell's going on? So all that is very important to understand, and not let peers define you, and try to have your family support you and give you the help that you need. That's what I'm saying right now. That's why I like this community here, because most of us think the same way. We're all fighting against one important thing, which is poverty, right? We all want to make sure that we succeed, and there's no, oh yeah, I got it and you didn't, ha ha ha, I'm better than you. No, man. I don't make money to make sure that you lose money, right? We want to work together to make money. And yes, I understand that if I'm buying and I'm making money, somebody sold and lost. That's just the name, you know, the game that we're in, right? So we're all trying to help each other out in the end. And yeah, people helping each other in the clubhouse, Sam, you're absolutely right. We're always in there in the private clubhouse chat. So if you haven't gotten the bundle, go ahead and do that. And then we help each other out in there all the time. We talk about the aspects of what a position would look like, what we're seeing, what we might not see, how we help each other out. And that's a great support. It helps a lot. That's just like your family, right? They should be there to do that for you if they have that information. I'm not going to learn from Wix if he doesn't do the things properly. That makes sense. If he doesn't teach me, hey Bianca, if he doesn't teach me how price action actually works, I would not have known that if he hadn't explained it to me, right? I wouldn't be here today if he'd be, losing and losing and losing. That's what's really important. So you got to learn from somebody that has done it, shows you that path, that gives you an idea as to where you want to go, and then we work together from there to better ourselves. That's how it works. So that's just my 2 cents on that instance. Baldwin Corpse. Wix doesn't tell his kids that he's proud of them, so that they don't always look to him to do something for him to, be happy and proud of them. he wants them to be proud of themselves for having succeeded and done something on their own. So he tells them, don't wait for me to tell you that I'm proud of you. You must be proud of yourself when you've succeeded and done something that makes sense. And obviously, you know, my daughter is 13 months old. I'm going to tell her, bravo, congratulations, did a good job. And she's going to look at me saying, hey, did I do that right? Over time, you want them to have their own mindset. You want them to be proud of the things that they're doing because you've already taught them all that. His kids are like, you know, 13, 10, and 8 or something. So they're definitely way beyond being, you know, babies, where now they have their own mindset and you just have to lead them in the right direction. So as long as you teach them right from wrong, then you obviously have to be able to let them, you know, take their own path at some point, and then you're just there to support them and help them out if they do something wrong. But you got to teach them the consequences of their actions. So, you know, it's like explaining to a kid something, you know, that's hot is bad for you, don't touch it, and they keep trying to do it. You just got to let them do it. At some point they're going to realize it. All right, that hurts, it's hot, I'm not going to do that again. Then they'll know next time, and that's just how it is in the future. Then they'll be proud of themselves. Look, I didn't touch it, I didn't do that, I didn't do that bad thing, I did that good thing. You know, you want to teach your kids and your friends and family, helping each other out, helping others is a great feeling. It's a great thing.
Teach your
But
kids to
only
go to
if you
heaven,
have
not
the
to go
means
to Harvard.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I forgot that you used to say that. Yeah, it's an amazing feeling helping others, but you can't do it if you're broke. You got to make money to be able to help others. And people who say the root of all evil, money is the root of all evils, just don't have any. Right? With money, you can do a lot more than without having any money. And you have to help yourself first. You have to be selfish. You must help yourself first in order to be able to help others. If you're a complete mess and completely screwed up, you can't help anybody, let alone yourself. So that's why you got to become your best self, the best version of yourself. And what helps you with that is obviously religion. God helps you with that to understand where you're going. And then family helps you after that, so that you as a parent, and hopefully your parents have taught you that as well, how to, you know, get into that right path. And that's what we're lacking today. We don't have these kind of people today, which is why I'm a very strong parent and very strong family man. And my girl listens to me because I'm the person in the family that must lead them in the right path. But
Plus,
I
you put it
cannot
through
make a
boarding
mistake.
school.
And he got to.
I cannot make a mistake as to how I lead them, because then I will screw up the entire family. So you got to think about your consequences. You got to think about those actions. You got to think about everything that's going to happen before you do it. And being a man is very important, obviously, for a family. And being a woman is very important also for a family. But we have different roles in that, right? Enjoy, Wix. And so that's why it's really important to try to become the best version of yourself. And to do that, you got to make money. You got to make money. You have no choice. You must be the best version of yourself. And you can't do that when you're in your 20s. You got to wait until your 30s to have lived everything, to have worked your ass off, to have built the businesses or had the jobs that you've had or multiple, and then save your money and then grow from there. You can't start doing that when you're 20 most of the time, because you have no idea what the hell the world's about. So once again, it all comes down to, you know, God, religion, family, strong mindset. And that's what helps you.
And ice cream.
Well, yours is a sorbet, bro.
Yes, it is. And sorbet. Yo. My dog over here going. Spitting at me with his nose because he wants some of this ice cream. He loves ice cream. Not as much as I do, though. Nope. Fine.
Yeah, I don't think I've met anybody that loves ice cream as much as my dad. He like drools every time he sees it. He's like, okay, ice cream. I mean, it's insane. But you're pretty close, Wix. Eating ice cream daily on stream.
I eat ice cream almost daily break when I'm going to bed.
Damn. See, I'm lactose intolerant, so I got to be very careful. I can't do any of that. But I get it.
You said your dad love ice cream?
Cheesecake.
My dad, bro, anytime, all the time, whenever he can, he's going to have it. Kenny's like, yeah, have it all day, every day before night.
That's crazy.
Go to bed.
I can already see your dad chasing down the ice cream truck down the block.
Yeah, I'm sure he did that when he was a kid.
I'd do it right now. I see ice cream. My kids be in the truck. I'll be like, ice cream. I chase the truck down. I pull him over. I'll be running over
Where
there.
you going, ice cream? Where you going?
The other day, I stopped the ice cream truck because I wanted some ice cream, and some kids ran over and they were getting ice cream. I just bought everybody ice cream because I was so happy I got the ice cream. Everybody, the entire block got ice cream that day. Wasn't even my block. I just saw the ice cream truck. Yo, get away from me, bro.
I'll enjoy like a lemon, raspberry, mango type of slushy, something like that. Especially now that it's really hot here. You know, I'll enjoy something like that. More than ice cream because I'm lactose intolerant, right? So I'll enjoy that a lot more. Whereas
Every day, twice a day.
My girl and my daughter will just dig out, you know, just ice cream cone and just binge on that with ice cream sandwiches. Also the Oreo, I'll eat the Oreo frozen, the frozen Oreo sandwiches. Those I really enjoy. But then I eat
like
one and I
those.
gotta be careful. Yeah,
I like
I
those.
gotta be careful. Yeah, those are really good, man. Like they're really good.
I'm getting hungry right now.
Yeah, I mean, I had lunch when we
Lunch?
started at 8 a.m. Yeah, because I'm 6
It's
hours ahead of
11.
you guys. So
I'm going for
2 p.m.
breakfast
here.
after stream. This ain't looking great right now because it's not breaking out. I thought we might drive down here. We might come up here. This Candle's attempted to do both. It hasn't really done anything. I'm gonna wait on this 30
Yeah.
close, and then if nothing happens, I'll call it a session. We're gonna have Asian session 8 hours from now. Make sure you show up, gang. But I'll take this into the signal channel, and then if nothing happens there, you know, Asian session, here we come. But we got a W today, and I don't mind. Yesterday was one of my biggest trading days of the year. Top 5.
Man, it was
and-
all in the signal channels, gang.
It was all on the signal channel, yeah. So
So get the bundle. Yo, it's under $100 a month, man. It's insanely cheap.
don't even start with me.
I'll put the link.
I've had so many things that I've been working on behind the scenes with so many people. I'm like, I haven't gotten back to that should have went up a while ago. But I don't mind even 97, like, you know, like even at 97 there's not enough people taking advantage.
Wait, we don't even have 100 likes, guys. Go ahead, drop a like. We'd appreciate that. Let's try to get at least 100.
Doesn't make sense.
It's the first
Bro,
thing
I
do
remember-
once I get on
I remember
stream is I
people
drop-
charging like $150, $200 like 10 years ago for signals when I was just starting out. I remember a whole
Yeah.
bunch of people, and none of them are around even anymore.
It was a cash grab.
Not real. It's just like, you know, how you can only fake it for so long. Everybody was doing signals over there.
Guys, that's what I was talking about earlier. If you weren't successful in what you were doing, I wouldn't be here anymore. If you weren't, you know, teaching us the right path as to understanding how things work and learning daily, nobody would be here. So the fact that you're here 5 years after streaming and trading for nearly 10 years or 8 years goes to show. what you're
It's
doing
forever a
works.
revolving door of characters. Like forever
Yeah,
a revolving door of people.
that's just normal. But you know, you'll still have the regular people that'll be sticking around. You know, the OGs and
Yeah.
Sometimes
But I'm
people
just saying,
here
it's there's always a new class, new graduating class.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I was just trying to say that like people were charging a whole lot for a lot of BS back in the day. Now you get a lot of value and it's cheap, and people aren't buying it or aren't joining because they're so used to all the expensive BS. what it usually is.
I've been trading with Wix.
2 years?
I haven't been able to talk for a while, but I've been following Wix for. I think
It's got to be at least 2 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's almost 2, or maybe a little bit more than 2 years. It's around this time a couple of years ago. I was with Don before that, but that's how I got to learn about Wix, because I've been following you. I think I started following you in 2023 during Asian. Then I stopped there because there wasn't much movement going on, and then I just stuck around with Don during the New York session. And then I think when you took over New York, that's when it exploded, or a little bit before that.
We went on a crazy run.
Yeah, and then we got that 140 straight wins. Yeah, I was part of all that. I was during all that. So, but I've been trading.
That I was enjoying all that. I'm sure you were.
Yeah, no, because
everybody was enjoying all that.
It was the Dow Jones. I didn't trade gold at all at the beginning. When I started trading, it was 2021, and I started trading the Dow Jones for a couple of years. So I had no idea about gold or anything like that at the time. I wasn't watching anybody. I actually paid a lot of money to have somebody mentor me. And so when you think it's $100 is easy, no, man, I paid in 5 digits, right? But I did make my money. I did make my money back. I was very profitable, so things worked out. And at some point, it was just too volatile for me. And then I started looking at different things, and then that's when the entire market of trading really opened up, and things really exploded at that point. And then that's when I found other streams in other ways. And I still look at the Dow daily. I still look at NASDAQ. I did S&P 500 as well, but now I exclusively do gold. I think I did one NASDAQ trade in the last 6 months, and that's just basically where it came down to, how I've been there, and how long I've been here.
Yeah, I see people have been here 2.5 years. 2023. 80% of chat been here since when you was on Davos stream for sure. I don't think 80% chat, but I think a lot of people.
Yeah, because a lot of people thought you and him were on the outs, and then they realized, no, you guys are still friends. It's just you guys have your own stuff going on, obviously, and your own streams and your own stuff. So when he was in drawdown at that point, you went in and gave your insights, and you helped him out, see what you were seeing, and then I guess a lot of people weren't aware of that, and I looked at it after, and I was like, damn, that's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool that you took the time to do that and help him out, because you don't want people to lose. You don't want people to suffer. You don't want people. That makes you a piece of shit type of person, right? So when you help somebody out, I had a lot of people do that too, send me messages and ask me, hey, I'm in this position, what do you think I should do, or where are we at? And I'd give them my opinion, and I'd tell them what I think would work or wouldn't work, and that's what Wix was doing at the same time. And people seemed to be surprised by it, and I was like, why would they hate each other, man? They're really good guys, really good friends, but when you grow older, things happen where you have your own life and your own shit going on. And Wix got a family with 3 kids, and he's got his woman and lots of stuff going on. And
life is like a highway.
Life is like a highway.
He said Wix got his wife, he got his girl, he's got his family.
Baby,
yeah.
You don't know what he talk about, baby.
No, I said his girls, and he's got his wife or his girl. I don't know.
Benny, pack your shit. We moving.
Yo,
Benny, pack your shit. So go grab your bone.
I say,
we gotta go.
See, you're talking too much. You gotta shut him down.
No, I you know what I mean. Like, I know she's not your wife, and I just say it's your girl in that case, or your woman, whatever you want to call her. And you've got your daughters, so you got a lot of shit going on. So it's not like something that you're gonna be doing daily.
Shit. Nah, baby, I swear, baby, nah.
Don't listen.
I swear.
Stream shut down.
Nah, I swear, baby.
Sorry, Mama Wix.
Oh man, yeah. Is she listening? You think? Oh man. He's gonna come on stream tomorrow with a black eye. No, it's not a black eye. It's not a black eye. Yeah, so if Wix is not on stream tonight or tomorrow, you guys know why. It's my bad.
Gotta go with y'all. Have a good rest of the session. Yeah, for sure. This looks like ass and feet. Look at this market, bro.
Yeah, there's nothing going on. I'm gonna call it at the 30.
A little bit of misdirection. Yeah, we was talking about that, but look at this market, baby. Look at the market. With my right hand. Everybody look here. Everybody look here. Yeah, this thing is not going anywhere. We're just, yeah, side by side, side by side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. At some point, it will go somewhere. It just won't be on stream. This will be on the Signal channel, but it won't be on stream. Or it'll be an Asian session. Either or. Oh, sorry, Daddy. Just kicked Benny in the face. I didn't even know he was under me. Funny thing about dogs, they don't have to get their revenge. If I kick my boy in the face, you better believe it. I gotta watch out for the rest of my life till I get kicked in the face. 10 years later, got your back. Yeah. Brother, we was 16. We 46 now. 30 years later.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Yeah,
Patience.
That's why I love dogs. I kicked him in the face. He looked at me and went like this.
I don't think he was happy about it. Yeah.
And lean. He fucking licked his lips and lay back down. Probably licking the salt that my foot residue left on his lip. Come on, Benny. The salt and no, it's not my sweat. It's obviously not my sweat. Obviously. Yo. My bad, man. But he's got a big noggin. Like, it's hard to miss when you're walking, and if he's laying down there, like, he's got a big head. Like, I've kicked him in the head by just walking by him by mistake like 4 or 5 times today. Dog out here with head trauma after the morning. Fucking out here, taped over, looking like a mummy. Come here. Benny, get over here. Say hi to the stream. Say hi. Get up. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Yo, you gonna say hi or what? Let's go. Come on. Holy fuck. Say hello to my little friend. His paw. Look at my hand. Look at his paw. Look at my hand. Look at his paw. Just for comparison. I greeted at the beginning of the show. What's up? Why are you talking about people's noggins? I'm talking about my dog. He kind of look like you, son. No, he don't. Look at him. Look at him. Smile.
Let's get us some dreads.
Do he smile like me? Come on, bro. You don't look happy. You're such a mush, bro. You're a mush. Do something. Bark. Be a dog. Do something. Is your volume low, or is it mine, or is it my ear? Because you sound low. Not too low, but regular. My volume is all the way up. No, it's because I wasn't speaking into the mic. This dog needs to do something because he's not reacting to nothing. I need you to be a guard dog. Guard.
He's a really good guard dog if he just sits on them. I think that'll just do it, and that's it.
Yeah, you know what? Nobody approaches me. You're right. Everybody afraid to even be in the block. They don't even cross the street. They just turn around, walk out of the block, and go around the block.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, bro. That's a massive dog, bro. It's huge. What is he, 150 pounds now?
No, he's not there yet. He's a buck 30, a little over buck 30 probably.
Bro, that's huge.
Already.
It's massive, man.
Yeah, I think the last time we had him weighed was months and months ago, and he was way smaller, and he was at 130, so he's got to be over 135. Because it's not like, hey, how much does your dog weigh? Let's go get on a scale. No. This fucker needs like a truck bed.
Yeah, you gotta bring.
I gotta go through a truck stop, unload his ass, put him on a scale, truck scale.
Wait, what's those places? They have a scale to enter the restaurant, and they eat for free if they're above a certain weight or something like that. They got that massive scale. You see those fat ass people there, like 400 pounds.
Hey, they're not, bro.
What? They are
they're
just
not
vertically
fat.
challenged? Is that what
They're
you want to
just-
call it?
No, they're carrying a wide load.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just call them
They're
fat.
just
like
no,
not
they're just
P-H-A-T.
look, man. It's
FAT.
big bones, man. They're horizontally
Hell no.
structured.
There
They're
ain't
just
no big
horizontally
bones.
structured, bro.
There's no big bones, bro. We're not dinosaurs. We're all made the same, bro. There's not a big bone. That's just bullshit. Yeah, we crossed the line on a lot of stuff here, but this is not crossing the line. This is just being straight. Yeah. You gotta call people fat when they're fat, bro. Maybe it'll help them start losing weight or something. It's okay to be fat, because we might have all been there, but it's not okay to stay fat. You gotta be the healthiest that you can be, especially for yourself and for your family.
You're offending all the sumos. The fucking which one? The wide body edition. Nah, if your girl is max capacity build,
Then she's not your girl, bro. She's just everyone's girl.
came with a full expansion pack, bro. Full expansion pack.
Oh man. Yeah, I just laugh. I see these things on X, man, and all these girls that are so fat and they think that they're the
Bro,
hottest thing
again.
ever.
Anything but that. Sideways certified. I don't give a shit. Horizontally gifted, built like a loading screen. I don't give a shit what you say.
Yo, should I get a beep button on my end here so I can beat myself every time I say something? You guys will never hear anything I say.
I don't care what you call it. Bitch got extended surface area. Deluxe frame model, bro. I don't care. Stop calling people fat.
Hey.
Back to World War II talk. Let's talk about that. That was better.
Yep, that'll definitely not get us banned.
Who wants to hear a Jesus joke?
Nobody.
I think we're just gonna call it at this point.
Yeah, it's done. I was gonna call it. I was just having some fun at this point.
I'm gonna go jump in the pool. See
Yeah, I
what
was
it
thinking
takes
the
to
same thing,
float.
but- Yeah, not a bad idea.
Yeah, no.
Not
I
a
still
bad
haven't
idea.
been able to get my dog into the pool. Yo, what are you doing? That is the weirdest thing. Who scratches like that? Stop. Stop, bro. He's scratching the air. He's standing and he's using his back paw to try to scratch his belly, but he can't fucking do it because it's physically impossible. Stop. And he's just scratching the air. And I
That's
see
so
the
cute.
what he's trying to do, but it's making him look like an asshole. Pissing me off. Rewind the stream where he's smiling. So much better.
Yeah, don't put him in the pool. He'll smell like shit after that, bro. The chlorine, the water from the pool is really not the
I
ideal.
wanna, but
he's gonna smell like ass, bro. I'm telling you.
it's all right. I got a chlorine-free shower right next to the pool.
Then you just use the shower, not the pool.
No, I want his ass swimming in the pool.
You want to pick him up and throw him in the water? That's what you want to do?
No, I can't. First of all, I can't pick him up because he'll fucking kill me. He'll eat me. But I don't want to scar him for life. Like he's funny though. Like I try to push him in the pool, and he'll snake his way out of it, and then he'll come up behind me and he'll go like this with his paw. He'll try to imitate me or something. Like he'll go right behind me and go like that with his paw, like trying to push me. He doesn't bite. He doesn't bark. Huh?
And you're afraid he'll eat you if he grabs you? I mean, what would be?
No, he won't eat me. I'm just saying.
Another human.
He doesn't do anything. I can do whatever I want with him, and he won't fucking have a reaction. He's scared of me.
Yeah, he'll just look at you with those eyes and be like.
He knows I'm the top dog.
Yeah.
I told
Yeah,
you
no,
before.
dogs
Dogs
like that,
know.
they're
Dogs
outlaws.
don't differentiate between species. They don't know like an elephant's an elephant, and they just they know the leader. That's the boss. That's who we listen to, and everything else is like enemies. And they know their pack, right? So when they look at me, cats know I'm a fucking human being, and they don't need to listen to me that they're assholes. But dogs, when he sees me, he doesn't think, oh, I'm a human and his owner or whatever. He thinks I'm a dog and I'm the top dog. It's pack.
Well, on that note, I will bid you guys farewell. See you guys tonight during Asian session. Last Asian session of the week. Come and join.
Yeah, join us tomorrow where we'll be discussing the reasons we were in the Vietnam War. And yeah, we will. Yeah, next week, gang, civil rights movement and the women's and the LGBTQ HDTV.
HDTV.
All of that.
Yep.
We'll be bringing back the rainbow before summer's end. Anyway, gang, yeah, let's call it a session here. I'm down with that idea, Jay. I'm down to call it a stream. We're printing side by side. It's looked terrible. Once we start breaking out of this range, we can look for more positions, but that's going to be either in the signal channel. So if you want to be part of that, get the bundle. Bundle, baby. Anyway, if not, I'll see you guys tonight for Asian session 8 hours from now. Will you stop nibbling on my elbow, bro? 8 hours from now. And that's it. Yeah, that's our session. Go enjoy your day. One trade, not too much. I expect more. I expect a lot more out of these markets. Probably in the signal channel. I don't think we're gonna spend the day in this range. Pretty sure we'll get out of here and we'll be able to take advantage of it. I gotta do what Kenny's doing. I'm gonna go light another one up. All right. Zoom gang, I'll see you guys tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, Signal Channel. See you guys throughout the day. Mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. Yo, if you guys can help me out, figure that idea out, how to actually do it, the whole Fresh Prince thing with the side camera and for the privates.
That was Spaceman who brought it up. So he wrote something in the YouTube mods and Discord.
Yeah, I
If you wanna
saw
respond
Sam wrote some.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam. Tell me how to do it. Joseph probably knows. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. I'll see you guys tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. As for me, right now here in New York session, my time here is up. And just like that, another New York session. New York is in the books. Much love. Yep. See you guys tonight for Asian. Until then, be safe. Don't let the assassins get you. They work for the markets. Oh, I might do a new intro today. Tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Later.